Hey you know all the people in your business?
You should take advantage of CVM TV's unbeatable small business advertising package. Trust me.
And get your goods and services in front of your customers today.
For $150,000, you get a high-quality professional commercial.
Plus 20 prime-time commercial spots.
That's massive exposure at a fraction of the cost.
Including on the #1 morning show in Jamaica, Sunrise.
So don't wait. Call us on 658-208-5377 and see your business goals happen right here on CVM Television.
Every time you a link with a condom, coulda Ozzy, coulda wife, coulda be a random. Do it for your best life.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is
12 p.m.
It's Tuesday, February 18, 2025. This is CVM News at noon, and I'm Ramon Gordon. Kicking things off this morning, some employees at the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, in Portmore and Spanish Town are on strike following an incident involving 2 employees from the Union of Clerical and Supervisory Employees Bargaining Group, which is currently under investigation. Though the company says industrial action is unnecessary, commuters were left stranded this morning when no buses showed up to their routes. Our reporter Adrian Williams is on location in Portmore, St. Catherine.
Alright, so hi, I am here at the JUTC Portmore depot, and I can tell you that on our way from Kingston here, there were no JUTC buses on the road. So that's Washington Boulevard, Mandela Highway, over on Municipal Boulevard, here to the Portmore JUTC depot, no buses were en route. Why? That's as a result of a strike action that's being taken. The company here in a release is saying that it is an unnecessary move as the matter is under investigation. Just to be clear, the action is in response to an incident involving 2 employees from the Union of Clerical Supervisory Employees Bargaining Group, which is currently under investigation. So they are saying that the action being taken by the drivers is unnecessary as an investigation is underway. We will have more for you as things develop, but right now we haven't seen any crowds on the streets. Even from where I'm standing, there is no crowd. Maybe persons have already found alternative ways to school, to work, or maybe some people are just back home. But right now, this is the case, and we will have more for you in News at 7.
Thank you for that update, Adrian. Now there are plans underway for the Papine Market and Arcade to be relocated as garbage has taken over the space, impacting vendors and customers alike. But the vendors who say they are most times blamed for the issue told our news team that sole blame cannot be placed on them.
Very bad. Dirty, and people come from anywhere, everywhere, come through rubbish. Not care where. Sometimes you see the man come every Wednesday and he clean it up, and by Wednesday evening, my God. Can't take in here.
And it's not all the vendors in the market do rubbish in there.
Not only the vendors, them people from all over. I don't think the vendors them in the market throws rubbish all the very. And sometimes they have come and big truck come and they just dump off everything and it's typhoon. My God, people pass, that's the business, that's why you understand now. So now because the smell of it, people really don't want to walk outside.
And in recent days, comments about the country's economic performance have triggered reactions from various government officials. One such tweet stated that Jamaica is in a recession, but Prime Minister Andrew Holness explains that the economy fluctuates for various reasons.
I also have to point out that we have seen headlines and articles suggesting that the Jamaican economy is in recession. A recession is a natural part of what they call the business cycle, the economic cycle. Sometimes the economy goes up and sometimes it goes down. There are all kinds of things which can cause the economy to go down. One of them is, for example, weather events, storms, hurricanes, floods that damage economic activity. Another form of impact on our economy is sometimes global issues, which we have no control over.
Hanover councillors are raising concerns about recent road patching efforts, warning that the work may pose risks to both motorists and workers. They're calling for better supervision and a response from the National Works Agency to their concerns. Here's Courtney Lewis with the details.
People's National Party councillors in Hanover are concerned that recent road patching efforts may cause more harm than good for motorists and workmen, especially at night.
They're cutting it out and they're putting some things in there and you don't know that they're there until you reach them, especially in the nights. I have not seen any NWA persons that I know they're supervising it either, so I'm particularly concerned about that as well.
She was not alone. Another councillor voiced his concern about the perceived lack of proper supervision.
All this talk about fixing road. I see them doing something now, Chairman, but it is the worst I've ever seen. They dig out, if you're not careful, you lose the tires. It is woefully unacceptable, the level of work that NWA is supervising. You never, like the deputy said, you never see them on the ground supervising what needs to be done.
And while they are grateful for the National Works Agency NWA's initiative, they desire a response to their plight.
So I think that maybe NWA can come and give us some response as to what is it that is happening, because we don't know. We are grateful, I must add, that the roadways are being fixed, but it can't be to our detriment.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
With 116 cases on the Hillary term docket, Justice Dale Palmer from the Trelawney Circuit Court is set to face a demanding term. High-profile cases like murder and sexual offences tops the list of offences to be addressed. Here's Shante McNeil.
The Hillary session of the Trelawney Circuit Court opened on Monday outside the Duncan's courthouse, marked by the traditional pomp and pageantry. Presiding over the session is Justice Dale Palmer, with 116 cases listed for this term. According to court reports, 100 cases have been carried over from previous sessions, while 16 new cases have been added. Among the traversed cases, the highest numbers involved possession of identity information, 26 cases, murder, 25 cases, and rape, 17 cases. Sexual offenses continue to be a significant concern, with 13 cases of sexual intercourse with a minor, 4 cases of grievous sexual assault, and 3 cases of incest still before the court. Meanwhile, the new cases filed for the Hillary term include 2 cases of rape, 2 cases of sexual intercourse with a minor, and 1 case of possession of child pornography. Additionally, 7 new cases of possession of identity information have been recorded, reinforcing concerns about cyber-related crimes. With such a heavy caseload, Justice Palmer is expected to oversee a demanding term addressing serious criminal matters that weigh heavily on the parish. Shante McNeil, CVM News.
And with that, we take a break. Our discussion segment is next.
The Bureau of Standards Jamaica is your conformance testing partner with over 54 years of serving Jamaican businesses. Our world-class lab testing services ensure the safety of your food and commodities that you take to market. We are positioned as a business enabler, driving business development, competitiveness, trade, and ensuring consumer safety. We have 5 times the capacity to test over other local labs, plus 10 labs with accredited tests and calibration. We set the standard that promotes safety to consumers in a number of industries, including food processing, agriculture and construction, having tested over 57,000 products on average annually and growing.
Hi, my name is Welton Gooden and I'm the Executive Director of the Bureau of Standards. Let us take your products from lab to market.
Where the difference is made. Where titles are decided. Where respect is earned. Excel here and you could go down in history. It's the final third. CVM TV's weekly JPL preview show every Sunday, starting 30 minutes before our live broadcast. Get insight, analysis, and hear from your favorite players weekly, just before we bring you our feature broadcast for the day. Move from defense to attack and join us in the final third. This and every Sunday until the end of the JPL season.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Turning to international news, all 80 passengers and crew have survived a crash landing in Canada. Authorities at Toronto Pearson Airport say that at least 18 people were injured when the jet flipped on landing in windy and icy conditions. Here are the details from Al Jazeera.
Drop it! Come on!
Passengers aboard Delta Flight 4819 documented their own escape from their belly-up plane.
Holy We just landed. Our plane crashed. It's upside down.
The Bombardier CRJ 900 had taken off from Minneapolis before it crash-landed at the Toronto Pearson International Airport on Monday afternoon. All 76 passengers and 4 crew members evacuated to safety. The plane was operated by Delta's subsidiary Endeavour Air. Treacherous weather, including 60 kilometers per hour winds, may have been a factor in the crash.
We are very grateful that there was no loss of life and relatively minor injuries. We are very focused on the care and the concern and the passengers and the crew, some of whom have already been reunified with their friends and their families.
It was a very different story less than 3 weeks ago when 67 people died after an American Airlines jet and a Black Hawk helicopter collided near Washington, D.C.'s Ronald Reagan Airport. The helicopter had been flying higher than authorized. And just 2 days later, another fatal plane crash in Philadelphia. All 6 people aboard a medical jet died when it fell to the ground shortly after takeoff, killing another person on the ground. The series of incidents has alarmed the North American aviation industry. The Canadian Transportation Safety Board is leading the investigation in Toronto.
Stay with us. You're watching CVM News at noon. We'll be right back.
At The Carpet Store, we bring comfort to every step with flooring that blends softness and style. From carpets and rugs to durable vinyl flooring and expert installation services, we have everything you need to transform your space. And when it's time for a refresh, our carpet and upholstery cleaning service brings your flooring back to life. Visit us at 18 Dunbarton Avenue, Kingston. The Carpet Store, because you deserve the best.
Watch the exclusive broadcast on CVM as the Jamaica Tourist Board proudly presents the annual Golden Tourism Awards ceremony. This prestigious event is dedicated to honoring tourism workers who have served 50 years or more in the industry. In addition to recognizing long-standing contributions, we will also highlight hotel partners who have played a pivotal role in the growth of the industry. Tune in Wednesday, February 19 at 8 p.m. and be part of the celebration of these golden achievements.
CVM TV and live Jamaica Premier League action on a Monday night. A match made in heaven. We call it Monday Match Night. Catch all the hard-pounding JPL Monday night action from now until the end of the season on CVM TV's Monday Match Night. Matchday Mondays at 7:45 p.m. with rebroadcast Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Nothing else can quite match up. Monday Match Night, powered by Sunshine Snacks and ABC Electrical.
Mr. Lynn? Welcome back. It's time for our discussion segment. A shortage of pathologists is now impacting funeral homes as directors explain that due to delayed autopsies, there's much of nothing to do at funeral homes when they receive the bodies. This crisis is straining funeral homes and adding to the grief of families awaiting closure. Joining us to discuss is President of the Jamaica Association of Certified Embalmers and Funeral Directors. His name is Calvin Lynn. Mr. Lynn, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Good afternoon to everybody.
Describe for our viewers the role of the pathologist in a funeral home.
You're referring to the shortage of pathologists in the system to conduct autopsies.
Correct.
Am I right?
Certainly.
Good. Well, I tell you that as one of the contractors to the government, there are 12 of us in the island. There is a situation that we would like to have it improved. Yes, there is definitely a shortage of pathologists island-wide, as was carried in the news media last week, Sunday, and explained by the director at Forensic Unit.
Right.
So it is really causing problems for the bereaved relatives, whereby it will take you up to 2 months and more for autopsies to be done because of the number of cases island-wide that are in storage and because of the number of pathologists. Right. So the increase in number of qualified pathologists would have to be addressed by the Institute of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine.
Right. Back to a question I asked you earlier, sir. Describe for our viewers the role of the pathologist. It's a funeral home. It opens at 9 o'clock. What does the pathologist do on site?
No, well, the forensic unit has identified 2 venues where the autopsies are done. One in Spanish Town and the other in Kingston. Subsequent to them waiting for the new suite at Orange Street to be opened that is under construction. All right. We as contractors would store the tragic sudden death cases and we receive requisition from the forensic unit to take the number of cases to whichever venue, time and date is known. The relatives are informed by the police and we from the funeral homes do assist from time to time. So what is happening is that we as contractors can't expedite anything. We have to wait until when this cycle goes around, to use those words, when the forensic unit do send the requisition, as I've mentioned before.
I see. How does the condition of bodies, especially due to the delayed effects of embalming and prepared for viewing, how does this affect the families? You mentioned families earlier. What has conversations with them been like?
Well, is that they at times would make arrangement for funeral to take place. Take for instance, yesterday, Monday, we sent in a number to this facility and we were told that they had a water problem, so some of the cases weren't done. They had to be returned to storage. When we know that family members have already gone ahead to make funeral arrangements for, say, this weekend. So that is really